Welcome to my coffee bar. This is one of my favorite spots in my house, probably because I go to sleep every night thinking about when can I have my cup of coffee in the morning. I'm going to share with you some of the tips and little hacks that I have to keep this space organized and functioning well for our family of 6. This is not just a coffee bar, but it also has our mini fridge and it's where my kids' snacks are. I love that this is very organized and works efficiently for our family. I can't wait to take you along today. This coffee bar has been in process for about a year now. It is 97% done. The only thing left to do is to add a backsplash, but I am waiting until we do our kitchen backsplash to do them at the same time. But for now, this space is done. I love how it turned out. I can't wait to organize and decorate with you today. So let's get started. All right, if you can see up at the top up there, the trim is not painted. This is one of those projects that's 95% completed. I have a lot of those around my house, but I am ready to finally get this space done. It's been a year since we've lived here now. We did use IKEA black cabinets for this project and also an IKEA butcher block countertop. I love how it turned out with these glass tops. But as you can see, some things have found their way into the wrong spots, like muffins and candy canes and granola bars have made their way into the wrong area. So it's time to take everything out and give it a nice refresh. I'm sure you can understand that spaces in our homes just kind of fill up with some clutter and odds and ends here and there, and we need to go through every so often and just give everything a nice refresh. So this drawer is my coffee drawer. I love that drawer. This one is my kids' snack drawer, and as you can see, it's just kind of gotten all messy and cluttered. I need to take care of it. And then the bottom drawer is also my kids' snack drawer, and there's just a pile back there. I don't even know what is going on, but we're gonna get this all cleaned up today. So the first thing that I want to do is caulk and fill all the nail holes up on the top so that those can start drying before I paint. So you will probably notice around my house on future videos that my husband usually does all the woodworking and cutting of things. I will help with the nailer and doing all the caulking and filling holes, and I do love to paint, so I usually do those parts of projects. I have actually put up board and batten on my own before, and there's several projects in this house that I want to do that too as well. So I am excited to try to tackle those over the next year and take you along the journey with me. So once that is drying, the first step that we're going to do is to take everything out so that we can really see what we need and where it needs to go, get rid of anything that is expired or even maybe broken or you just don't use anymore. Don't keep the things that you don't use. I'm sure that I have plenty in here that has been sitting there for a long time. In the summer, I make a delicious drink with the sugar-free syrup, a LaCroix, and then I stir in some Ready Whip in it. It's a nice low-calorie drink. So I really don't use those a lot during the wintertime. It's more in the summer, but you should definitely try out that drink in the summer. It's so good. I decided to do a little rearranging, and you saw before I did this, I made sure to clean out the shelves. In my case, they're glass, but I wanted to clean those off really good with a fresh start. The cleaning solution that I'm using is just a combination of water and Thieves essential oils from Young Living. So I rearranged where I had things. I just kind of had an idea in mind of something that I wanted to try. So we're gonna see how that works out. Up at the top, I'm going to put things that I don't use very often. So I have my milk frother, which I don't really like frothed milk, so I don't know why I have it, but just in case I have company that would like it. So the milk frother and the French press are going up on top because I rarely use those. I decided to put my syrups on the bottom shelf, and I'm actually going to use a Lazy Susan for them. So I needed to rearrange the glass shelf and make sure that these would fit on the bottom shelf. It's probably time to put away the Christmas mugs, so I'm gonna take care of those. I store them in my basement with the rest of my Christmas items. And I also found a mug up here that had a little chip in it, so I'm going to get rid of that one as well. This is the Lazy Susan that I'm going to use for my syrups. I got this off of Amazon. It was supposed to go in my kitchen cabinets, but I didn't measure beforehand and it was too big, but it fits perfectly in here and all my syrups fit so nicely in here. I will link to any product that I can in the description below for you. I am going to take the time to organize my drinks. I have tea, lemonade, and I like these True lemon packets in my water. I actually don't drink a lot of tea, but it's nice to have when company comes over or I want that occasional tea. I have some specialty teas from when I go visit my sister. We stop at this shop and I like to pick out some teas there. These containers are from IKEA. It's nice just to have everything corralled in one spot. And I also keep these on the bottom shelf so it's easy access. I can just reach in there and grab it, and I can bring out the whole container and then pick out what I want from there. I thought about taking the labels off of the lemonade, but I was like, you know what? I need to be realistic, and normally I just don't have time to do that. So I just stuck them in there like this. It's a nice little pop of color, and I had to tell myself that it would be okay. These are fun if you like iced coffee, which I drink in the summertime, to drizzle on the top of your iced coffee. Those are so fun to have on hand. Alright, I bought this drink cup on Amazon like a year ago, and I obviously have not used it, so I figured what better time than to clean it out and use it right now. I'm using one of my True Lemon packets that I like, but the cup is from Amazon. I'll link it below, and this just goes to show you, don't buy something until you actually need it, because it has been sitting in there for a long time. I thought it would be fun to switch out my containers. I have had these white and gold ones probably for 5 or 6 years. They are actually from Hobby Lobby a long time ago. I will show the prices on the bottom of these. They've been sitting in my basement, and I decided I'm gonna get these out and use them. But honestly, in the end, once you see everything decorated, I think I actually need to switch it out again, and I will explain that in just a little bit. But I decided in this middle one to put the hot cocoa packets and get rid of the cookie container that I have. I like that for Christmas time, so we're just gonna switch that out really quick. Now that my caulk is dry, I'm going to get out my black paint. This is Sherwin-Williams Tricorn Black. It's a beautiful black color, and it matches the cabinets pretty well. I actually had this black paint left over from my island painting. I had it painted black for about a year, and I had a lot of this paint left. So we're just gonna use that, and it did take a good 3 coats. You can see that I'm not using any painter's tape. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Honestly, it's just gonna be easier to take a very small paintbrush and touch up any spots that may get on the wall. Next up, we're going to tackle the snack drawers. So I'm gonna take everything out, make sure it's all clean. I did have some things to throw away that we just don't eat or have been in there for a long time. So I'm gonna get this all organized so my kids know where everything is and they can easily reach in and grab it. And you can see my little dog, that is Margot. She's a little over a year old, and she knows when these drawers are open, kids are likely to drop things on the floor, and she may get a pretzel or a goldfish. So when she hears them opening, she always comes running. I like to buy things more in bulk, and then I will fill this up. As you can see, the granola bar box is huge. I will fill this up as best I can and then save the rest and just fill it up as needed. With 4 kids, that's what works best for us. All right, it's time to tackle this bottom drawer. If you watched my 25 kitchen organizational products, these OXO containers with scoops in them are amazing. I will link those below. But I took the time to clean up the bottom. Yes, I put a vacuum in there because it was the easiest way to get rid of all the crumbs. My kids definitely leave a lot of crumbs when they get things out of this drawer. Labeling these containers with chalkboard labels from Amazon is a wonderful idea. That way it's just easy to read and you can easily see what you're grabbing for. So I took the time to erase these and write them a little bit better, and also some things we didn't use anymore. And this is completely embarrassing, but I bought these for my kids a long time ago and they were wet in there. It was so disgusting and actually had mold on it. I don't even know what happened. Obviously, my kids didn't even try them, but yeah, that one got cleaned out really well. So I also took the time to fill up any of these containers and switch around what I needed to. So I'll show you a little bit of that right now. These cheese balls were actually in my regular pantry in my kitchen, and I realized from doing this organizing that I had extra space in these drawers and extra containers as well. So that's the great thing about when we take care of our spaces, we realize that we don't need things and we might have extra room to rearrange things. Now these are out of my overcrowded regular pantry and my kids can easily grab them themselves. I did try to put these bugles in this smaller container and there were too many of them, so I did end up later on putting them in a bigger container, and I was trying to be funny and put one of these in my mouth for you, and I totally missed my mouth, so I cut that part out, but it was kind of funny to watch back a few times. So we're just gonna organize these. I put the ones that my kids use the most in front, and then in the back are the ones that we don't use quite as often, or maybe some treats like Oreos that I don't want them to see. This is our mini fridge. It was a little pricey, but honestly, we use this thing multiple times a day. I keep my Zevia in there. I have one of those every day. We keep yogurt, string cheese, apples, protein drinks. I even store coffee in there after I've opened it. And I love using these clear containers for things that are easy to pull out and we can see what's in there. I love that mini fridge. Definitely a lifesaver for us. So I took the time to clean up the top of the counters and even the wall, because I don't think you realize how much coffee actually splatters around. So once we have a backsplash on there, it'll be better. But I definitely took the time to clean everything up. So it was always our intention to put under cabinet lighting under these cabinets. We actually had an outlet installed up higher, which is inside of our cabinets right now. We were always going to buy matching puck lights for our kitchen that the builder installed, but I found these a few months ago on Amazon. They're super cheap, like $30 for 6 of them, and I decided that we were just going to use these. If you saw my IKEA red grisser hack, which is a hutch in my kind of kitchen area, I use these lights in there and I love them. They come with a remote. There's also a switch you can use. I think what we're going to do is IKEA sells a beautiful trim piece that I can put in the front of these cabinets. and that way it will hide any cords that you see. I put the remote in here. It came with this little clip, which is really nice. I can just reach in there when I want to turn them on. These lights can be dimmed quite a bit, so there's a few different settings on there, which is really nice. At nighttime, I can turn them down lower, but still have a nice glow under there. It's time to start putting things back on the top and decorating. This is my Ninja coffee maker. The neat thing about this one is it has a little cup holder here. And in the afternoon, if you just want a single cup, you can just brew that individually and not get the glass carafe dirty, which is so nice. All right, it's time to start playing around with the decorating items. I got this tray from World Market. I actually think they still have it, and I decided to use that to kind of corral all my items here. I thought a nice greenery plant would look pretty back there. I did end up switching that out, and I'll show you that in just a minute. I did not like the two-tone base with all the other stuff that's going on. I decided to put a picture here, and now that I see the gold tone of the picture, the gold tone with the tray, I think I need to switch out the coffee container. This is what it's like to decorate. You try a few things and see if they work and switch them out if they don't. I like using command hooks, especially since we are going to put backsplash here. I didn't really want anything permanent right now, but I did get out a little level and get this straight. All right, we're going to switch out this vase for something a little bit different. This one was actually from Hobby Lobby, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3, and it was $16. I probably got it for $8, but I like the texture on it, and the greenery was from Target maybe a year ago. So I really like the way this looks, and I think that coffee container, I'd like to get maybe a black one or a clear one with like a copper top, just to bring in a different element to the space. I love candles. They just bring such a beautiful warmth to any space in your home. I will admit though that I always forget to light them. I have them in like every room and I just never get around to it. So here is the finished product. I love how it turned out. I love coming over here in the morning to grab my coffee, and I can't wait to make that drink in the summertime. I am so glad that you came with me today to organize and decorate this space. It was so much fun, and I am looking forward to doing more of these videos here on my channel. I just love this. This is where my heart is, and I love sharing this with you. I hope that you got some ideas from this, some organizing ideas and decorating tips. I hope you enjoyed the organizing and decorating today of the coffee bar. If you want to let me know in the comments below if you have a coffee bar or even just somewhere on your kitchen counter where you have a nice little coffee station, you'll have to let me know how you have it decorated. I love hearing how you decorate your own homes. So thank you for coming along with me today, and I can't wait to see you back here soon. I hope you have a great day.